Hello. Okay, so today you're going to read abstract art. Okay, and you've got questions on the side and then questions on the back. I'm going to read it to you and then I'll read each of the questions. And my hair, I need to do something to that. But okay. Abstract art. It's not fair, cried James when the doctor gave him his x ray report. He had broken his left thumb playing on a trampoline, and now he would have to wear a cast for 4 weeks. The doctor did not seem concerned that the art club was letting James put on his own exhibit in 4 weeks, or that James had not started his art project yet. James asked, "How am I going to paint? I'm left handed." When he got home, he picked up a paintbrush with his fingers sticking out of the cast, but he could hardly hold on to it. It fell whenever he pressed it to the paper. "Why don't you just paint with your right hand?" asked his brother. Lawrence. James crinkled his nose. His right hand seemed to have a mind of its own. He painted a dog that looked more like a dinosaur, and a sunflower that resembled a starfish. He tried holding the paintbrush with both hands, his mouth, his toes, but no matter what, the lines came out squiggly. Lawrence uncrumpled a wadded up painting and said, "You know, art doesn't have to look like the real thing. Isn't that the point, to be creative?" James had never tried abstract art, so he made waves and splatters with the paint. He was not satisfied. "I like it when it looks like the real thing. It shows how beautiful the real thing is." Lawrence said, "Why don't you just take a picture then?" He was joking, but James jumped up. That is not. Hold on 1 second. What is happening? Okay. Lawrence said, "Why don't you just take a picture then?" He was joking, but James jumped up. "That's a great idea." His mom showed him how to work her camera with a fancy lens, and he was able to do it even with his cast on. James got down on the ground to take pictures of flowers from his dog's point of view and pictures of his dog from the cat's point of view. He took pictures of Lawrence washing his face. "You'd better make me look good," said Lawrence. James smiled. "Just making you look like the real thing." On the day of the art show, James went to the doctor, and he got his cast taken off. He wiggled his thumb, then, just to see, he held up a paintbrush. It didn't fall. At school, James showed his family all of his photos on the walls. "I've never looked at Waffles from that angle," his mom said. "It really captures how big and playful he is." Lawrence stopped at the picture of himself. His eyes were closed as light reflected in the water washing over his face. "You know what, James?" he said. "This is really creative." All right, so this question right here, number 1, says, "What is James's problem?" So you can pause the video and then to answer it. Number 2, how does he try to solve his problem? Number 3, what is the climax of the story? And remember, the climax is the most exciting part, or where all the action is. And number 4 is, what is the resolution to James's problem? Then on the back, the first one says, summarize the text. Use your notes from the point to help you summarize what happened in the text. Comprehension questions. Why is James frustrated by the doctor? Number 2, James's brothers suggests he tries abstract art. How does James react to that suggestion? And then number 3 is, what does James learn from having his cast on? How does it change his perspective?